Top Squad.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys about the time that me and my friends ran from the police, or whatever you want to call it. So, and no, I did not cut my hair. It just looks really short because it's curly. And no, I do not have purple makeup on. This is the glare from my glasses, and it's annoying. I don't have anything without it, see? But it's just from the lighting. So, I want to say this story takes place back towards the end of summer. Maybe the beginning of fall, but probably the end of summer. Basically, what had happened was, it was like, we weren't in school yet, so it probably was summer, but I had a couple friends over. I had 3 people over. We were bored. It was like a Tuesday night. It was like a weeknight, I think, and we were bored, so we decided there's nothing to do here, let's just go ahead and take a walk. So this is where it gets interesting. We're walking through the neighborhood. Mind you, it's like 10 at night on a weeknight. We're just walking through the neighborhood. We were gonna walk by the railroad tracks because like there's really nowhere else to go, and we didn't want any police to be like, it's past curfew, blah blah blah, because police here are annoying. So we decided we just go walk like along the railroad tracks, or just find something to do, just talk and walk. So we're heading that way, and we're bored, so we're like, let's just ding dong ditch a house, why not? You know, it's just fun and games. So I'm sure you guys can see where this is going. Walking towards the railroad tracks, and there was like this house. This is kind of hard to explain, but there's like this house that's on a dead-end road right next to the railroad tracks, like literally like 10 feet from the railroad tracks. It's like on its own road by itself, like apart from all the other houses, if that makes sense. So we're going, and we see the house, and we're like, that'd be the perfect house to ding dong ditch, and then just go right onto the railroad tracks like we planned, and walk and just enjoy our night, and just come back here. So the person I was with, he decides he's gonna go up and do the knocking, whatever. He decides to knock, and he knocks so hard on this door. We were standing in the street, and it sounded like I was right next to the door because his knock was so loud. He like if someone knocked on my door like that, I would have thought it was the police or something. It was like boom, 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 like 3 times. So he does that, and we all just started dying. We take off running. We just walked onto the railroad tracks like we planned, or ran onto the railroad tracks like we planned. And I'd say we got like 1/4 of a mile down the railroad tracks, and then we were gonna get off and walk like along this grass field back to my house, because like here's my road, here's the road of the house that we ding dong ditched, here's the railroad tracks, and this is all the grass field. So we were just gonna walk on this side back around to my road, and then cut through my road and go to my house, if that makes sense. That's hard to explain. So we're like here's like the grass field. We're like right here on the railroad tracks, and we're gonna come back across the grass field and back to my house. I look down the railroad tracks before we get off, and I see a flashlight. So they didn't think nothing of it. They thought it was just kids doing the same thing that we were doing, which it could have been, but it wasn't. It was cops, and we realized that when they started shining the flashlight in the like wooded area by like the grass field. They started like shining the flashlight like that, like surveying it. So they're like obviously looking for someone, and so we assumed like we just ding dong ditched someone. Like it probably sounded like someone was breaking in your house, like they probably called the cops. So this is gonna be hard to explain, but here's the grass field again, and we're right here, and so we just take off running. This is like a cornfield, running along the grass field all the way back to my road. And as we're running, this is like part of the grass field right here is like 2 blocks long probably, because that's how big the field is. So we got off the road tracks, we took off sprinting. As we were right here, we could look across the field and see the house that we ding dong ditched, and there was like 3 or 4 cop cars there, like a car, an SUV, and like 2 other cars or 1 other car. So we see all these cops and like 4 or 5 flashlights like out looking in the field that we're right in. And so my stomach drops, and we just all sprinted. And one of the girls I was with has a heart problem, so she's like, I can't run. like halfway through, and so like we ducked behind this one bush that was in the whole field. We ducked behind it and we were just waiting, and then the other people we were with, they kept on running, and so me and Harson there were like catching our breath because we just ran so far so fast, And as we were running, they were shining the light on us. But I don't know if they could see us because it was so far. But that light was literally in my eyes. And like, I don't know if y'all know, but cop flashlights are bright. And so they're like in my eyes as we were running. I'm like, oh my God, they see us. Like, they're gonna like come around like this road onto my road and like come get us. So, so we're ducked behind the bush, and the other people we were with keep on running. They get back to like here. I'm just holding my hand up, but like they get back to like right here where my road is, and they're like standing behind the house on the corner right here, and we're still right here in the field. And then we just take off and run all the way to where they are, and then we look over and we see the cops still looking. They have they're like almost in the field, and then there's people like on the road looking. There's people we can see still back there like in the wooded area looking. So we're like, oh my God, like we still at this time thought we had been seen, but we're like, my house is literally 2 houses over. If we just go in my house, they'll never know, because none of them like swung back around to my road. So I guess that they didn't end up seeing us, thank God. But we got back to my house. We just caught our breaths. We like changed our shoes. Our shoes were a mess because that was never the plan to have to run through all that. And we changed our shoes and we decided we were gonna go somewhere. I don't remember where we were going. I think we were going to get like something to eat or something. And so we go and get in the car after we've changed and everything, and we leave to go get something to eat. And like there's like cops roaming around the neighborhood so slow with like their lights off and just flashlights out the window, and like they shined a light in our car, but like I don't think they noticed or realized it was us. They had no proof that it was us that ran through the field, or that even ding dong ditched that person's house. So they almost got us, but we didn't make it back to my house, thank God. If my house would have been any further and would have had to run through the neighborhood, they would have saw us walking for sure, because there was like 4 cop cars like driving through the neighborhood. Like, it's never that serious, you know what I mean? So that was the time that we ran from the cops, or whatever you want to call it. And thank you for watching my video, and subscribe and like if you haven't already, and thanks.
Top Squad.